Welcome to SAT TV's news. I am Shana Esprit, your presenter. In our top stories, 46-year-old gets 5 years for gas station robbery. Lawyer gunned down in Trinidad and Tobago. Francis Holland backs US on serious action. And in sports, Point Michelle Youth Football Academy is the 2013 Youth Nation Cup champions. Details of this will follow.
Yeah. I know that things are tough, but we will make it out. Dominica, we all gonna make it one day. The pressures of the system make us lose around. Oh yeah, we all gonna make it one day. Yeah, listen now, there's something that I wanna say to you. You get me so angry. Yeah man, this is Emma Moses, and you're watching SAT News, the People's Choice, yeah? Make it bless, make it bless, make it bless. Love.
Welcome back. According to the Chief Cultural Officer, Mr. Raymond Lawrence, Callaloo has topped the choice for Dominica's national dish. This conclusion resulted from 4 surveys conducted by National Emblems Committee in collaboration with the Independence Committee and the Statistical Division. Mr. Lawrence informed us that this choice is to be forwarded to Cabinet for approval. He said Callaloo was the favored selection among Dominicans from the 4 surveys conducted.
One by the Dominican News Online, another one on the radio stations, a simulcast on the radio stations. Then we had a poll done among fourth formers of secondary schools, and then a 4th survey which was done was among hotels and restaurants in Dominica. And all the surveys have shown that Dominicans prefer Callaloo as the national dish. That is what they would like to choose. That is what they would like selected as the national dish for Dominica. So this is the latest position. The Emblems Committee and the Independence Committee have made the recommendation to Cabinet, and we are awaiting word from Cabinet.
A response and the sanctioning from Cabinet is expected soon. Mr. Lawrence said, though it is not confirmed that Callaloo is the official national dish, the Cultural Division has recommended it due to the response of Dominicans. The Chief Cultural Officer did confirm, however, that the participation in choosing Dominica's national dish has been going well.
Very good. I thought people were very enthusiastic. People still keep going and trying to find out what is the latest position. So you can see the survey generated an interest among Dominicans. They participated. Of course, you cannot get the entire population, but what polls are usually a sample. They're samples a wide cross-section of Dominica's public. So that is why we did 4 surveys, not just one, but 4 different ones, and we tried to reach as wide a cross-section of the public as possible. So the response was very encouraging.
It is obvious that Dominicans prefer Callaloo as the national dish, he stated. Some of the choices included Callaloo, sancoch, broth, fig and saltfish, wild meats, smoked meats, fish, farin and avocado, amongst others. In more stories, the Duke of Edinburgh's award program is an enriching self-development program inviting young people aged 14 to 25 to participate in 4 types of activities while advancing to 3 levels: bronze, silver and gold. The award program promotes involvement in community service, skills development, physical recreation, adventurous journeys, expedition, and at the final level, a residential project. Participants voluntarily design their own unique programs centered on their interests and passions. The Duke of Edinburgh St. Lucia chapter is on a quest to revive the program here in Dominica and has spent 2 weeks on island with a group of 46 participants.
Dominica has a chapter and we were once working along with them, but over the years they have died out, and we have been trying desperately to revive that group in Dominica. So we hoping after that expedition that was held here that it will light some fire to bring back that chapter.
Wendell Bertrand said the program's aim is to develop young people holistically and to create an avenue for the youth to contribute to society, whilst giving them opportunities to challenge themselves in the process. Delia Giddens-Stedman, National Director for the Duke of Edinburgh Awards Dominica chapter, said the program has been struggling to increase its number of participants over the years.
What we have seen happen over the years is that our numbers has dwindled a bit. And what we are trying to do is to get young persons from the different secondary schools, youth groups and so on, to come on board again and to participate, because the award program is about self-fulfillment. It is about a challenge, it's about personal challenge, and it gives you an opportunity to meet with persons from a cross-section of society, young persons with different cultures, different personalities, and it helps you to be able to work with persons in any walks of life, wherever you go.
According to the participants, the 2-week experience in Dominica was very beneficial to them as they participated in various activities.
Everything, basically the physical training on mornings, duties to be carried out, the expeditions, just basically every component needed. And as well, being my position a little higher than the participants, I had a little more responsibility, but still did everything I had to.
How long have you been a part of the group?
I've been in the Duke of Edinburgh Award for a few years now.
And how would you say it has benefited you?
Well, it's in my point of view, and for all of my peers in it as well. It teaches one to be responsible, reliable. It's challenging and rewarding and very fun as well. It builds one's character, and also I could say the Duke of Edinburgh, it's like a second family.
Devron encouraged Dominican youth to strive towards revitalizing their chapter, as it can be very beneficial to them in the future.
First of all, it takes the commitment out of them. If they have the commitment, from there they just push forward into it. Everything will come natural, and they will really enjoy the program for what it is. Get the fullest out of it.
The group left Dominica today, August 30th, eager to share their experiences and knowledge with other participants. In other news, a 16-year-old is now dead following a drowning incident in the Trafalgar River. Public Relations Officer Inspector John Caban gave details of what transpired on August 29, 2013.
The police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of 16-year-old Dravid Johnson of Pontcassé. About 3:10 p.m. on August 29, 2013, Dravid was among a group of 11 students bathing in the Trafalgar River when he submerged and disappeared. The fire and ambulance services were notified, and upon their arrival, the fire officers recovered the body of Dravid from the river in an unconscious state. The body was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital Accident and Emergency Department, where it was examined and pronounced dead. A coroner's inquest will be convened and a post-mortem will follow.
Dravid Johnson, who was the son of Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Johnson, died on his birthday. And in court news, Magistrate Bernard Paquette spared no effort as he imposed a 5-year custodial sentence on 46-year-old Kelvin Alexander from Tetmon for theft of $335 from Island Petroleum gas station in Newtown. Alexander, who appeared before the magistrate on August 30th, 2013, was charged for theft and robbery. He pleaded guilty to the theft charge but not guilty to the robbery charge, which was consequently withdrawn by police prosecutor Michael Luda, as Alexander had pleaded guilty to theft. According to the facts of the case, at approximately 9:25 a.m. on August 26, the defendant walked into the Island Petroleum gas station, inquiring about the price of a bottle of oil. He was informed by Melanie Ansem, the gas attendant, that it cost $14.75. He then went outside to refer to the person who had asked him to purchase the item via telephone. Alexander returned with EC $20 to pay for the item, keeping his helmet on as disguise for the entire time. Ansem then proceeded to the office where the cash register was kept when Alexander opened the door behind her. When Miss Ansem informed him that he was not allowed inside the office, he pulled out a black gun with a gray handle and pointed it at her. He then requested that she hand over all the money in the cash register to him and open the vault which contained most of the money. However, Miss Ansem informed him that she did not have the code to open it. The vault contained $28,000 in cash at the time of the incident. He had later ordered her to lie on the floor when a customer came in and Alexander ran off. In mitigation, defense attorney Ronald Charles pleaded with the court, stating that Alexander is the breadwinner for his children, is remorseful for his actions, and did not waste the court's time. Charles continued and asked the magistrate not to impose a custodial sentence on his client. Magistrate Paquette told the defendant that an example needs to be made for persons with these crimes, otherwise people would go about committing crimes and assuming they can get away with it. In other stories, during a press conference held on Friday, August 30th by the Ministry of Agriculture, Acting Plant Protection Officer Joseph Blanford stated that diseases including the black sigatoka continues to spread drastically. According to him, black sigatoka has spread into new areas and has become worrisome for the ministry. Although the disease is mainly spread by the wind, he concluded that man activity is also a contributing factor.
And planting is a serious crop of economic importance to us. We all know the state of the banana industry, and planting has played a key role with regards to exports in terms of revenue generation and also maintaining the livelihood of our farmers. We have over the past couple of weeks continued to do what is necessary from the ministry and to deal with that particular challenge. But I must say, we are at a juncture whereby we need to solicit greater cooperation from all stakeholders. And when I say all stakeholders, not only just the farmers and the ministry staff and the extension personnel, but more so the hucksters, those who traffic in terms of movement of the produce.
Mr. Blanford informed that they are engaging all stakeholders, including the police, to help them stem the movement of contaminative material from one point to another. If measures are not implemented urgently, it will affect sectors of the society, he stated. The ministry continues to ask for the public's participation.
It will affect everybody. Even if the person is selling in the market, it will affect them, it will affect the farmers, it will affect the police, because some of them are families, they too are growing plantains, you know, the nurses. So it goes all sectors of the society. So we are now looking to the stage whereby we need to get the law enforcement people on board to assist us with curbing the movement of contaminated material and also movements of trash material with produce that are being purchased by hucksters or even retail in the local markets. Because if you pass at the road of the market this afternoon, you just take a peep, you will see plantains, bananas, plantains still coming down with trash material on it.
Mrs. Carol Sevre Abraham, Black Sigatoka Management Coordinator, reiterated that black sigatoka is a fungal disease that attacks the leaves of the banana and the plantain crops. The first signs are usually seen under the surface of the leaf. What is seen on top the leaves are yellow sigatoka, not aggressive as black, she said.
The reddish streaks, it then gets bigger and bigger, then eventually the fungus will move through the leaf. Now a banana leaf is very thin. It will move through the leaf and eventually it surfaces on top. By that time, we're at about stage 4 of the disease. And at that stage, the leaf should no longer be on the tree. Okay? Now, you will remember that we experienced 2 periods of drought last year. We started working on this program like July. And between September and October, somewhere there we had a severe drought. this curtailed the disease. So the disease was first seen in the south, as Grand Bay area, Soufriere, going up the southeast. That was the first areas where it was seen, and some parts of central. And all the time we experienced that drought period, the disease remained in those areas. It didn't spread.
She said the fungus requires damp and humid conditions to spread.
Between the time that you first see those streaks under the leaf, the fungus has to work its way through the leaf. If it doesn't have the right conditions, as the damp and the humidity, it won't germinate, it'll just die. So that's why the disease did not seem to spread as fast during the drought. Then we also experienced another drought period just around Carnival, just after Carnival time. So that again assisted us in that it held back how fast it went. But we always knew that once conditions were ripe for the fungus to thrive, and if we had windy, rainy conditions, we expected that the disease would spread through the island.
Delroy Williams, coordinator of the internship program held for 6 weeks, consisted of students from 2 institutions. They included the Dominica State College and the Youth Development Division's Agana program.
These students were engaged in a number of activities over a 6 weeks period from July the 8th to the 16th of August. This internship program involved a number of items, including the orientation, career exposure in areas such as livestock development, crop production, crop propagation, plant protection, as well as other areas within the Ministry of Agriculture. They were also engaged in extension field activities, training in various areas including black sigatoka as well as citrus greening, and pest and disease management as well.
In other stories, on August 26th to the 28th, Josiah Benoit, president of the National Youth Council, represented Dominica at the inter-regional preparatory meeting of the Small Island Developing States at the Hilton Barbados Resort. Although the meeting was scheduled to be held on August 24th, Mr. Benoit revealed that the youth of the states from across the regions, the Caribbean, the Pacific, and the Ames region, met from the 23rd to the 28th to solidify their position to input their higher level meeting.
On the 24th, we held a strategic planning meeting where we synthesized our regional youth statements so that we could identify 6 key messages that we wanted to focus on with regard to sustainable development. The first of which was good governance and youth participation. Then we also had health, climate change and biodiversity, water, as well as the 3 E's, which we define as education, entrepreneurship and employment, followed by science and technology, which was the last of our 6 critical areas for us.
The key objectives of this meeting was to present the outcomes of the 3 SEEDS regional meetings in preparation for the 3rd UN Conference on Small Island Developing States in Samoa in 2014. On the 26th, the international conference was officially opened with several key speeches.
However, that wasn't our key focus. As we indicated, we broke up into a drafting group where we finalized this document for presentation in the 9th session, as I indicated. In the same day of the 25th, because as you're aware, we are youth representatives, there are also official government delegates, and Dominica was represented in this instance by, firstly, the Honorable Dr. Kenneth Daru, Minister for Environment, Physical Planning and Fisheries, and secondly, His Excellency Vince Henderson, our Permanent Ambassador to the United Nations. I must say that both delegates were very open and ensured that we played a critical role as youth, as part of that delegation, and they invited me to a special meeting on renewable energy.
Mr. Benoit says they now have a concrete agenda of the 6 items and the several key recommendations with respect to good governance and climate change. As it refers to education, entrepreneurship and employment, he says they would like to move away from the norm where young people are trained to be job seekers rather than job creators. Mr. Benoit believes that young people should no longer make recommendations to their governments, but instead seek to be active partners in the process for sustainable development. There were 9 delegates from countries including Maldives, Comoros, Mauritius, Dominica, Barbados, Samoa, and Fiji, as well as a representative from Mauritius sponsored by the Indian Ocean Commission. According to the president, the meeting did not produce an outcomes document, and even after the higher-level drafting committee met on the night of August 20th, a consensus still could not be reached. The chairman of the meeting, Minister of Environment and Drainage of Barbados, indicated, however, the drafting committee would continue to work on the document, which would be represented in its final draft at the upcoming UN Assembly. Mr. Benoit says he does not consider this setback a lost opportunity, but a chance to rethink their strategy up until the upcoming General Assembly. He is expected to conduct follow-up activities and develop projects to realize the strategies and decisions adopted by the youth delegates at the meeting. In other news, the Dominica Amateur Volleyball Association, DAVA, has announced and welcomed the public to its official closing ceremony of the 2013 National League tomorrow, Saturday, August 30th. The celebration will be held at the Lime Sports Complex from 4 p.m. The association has invited all the teams who participated in this year's league, prospective teams, players, fans and friends to attend this function to honor and thank deserving individuals who made this year's league a success. They have also asked all to be on time. In addition, a prize-giving ceremony will be held to award the winning teams and other outstanding individuals. Following the ceremony, there will be exhibition matches among newly crowned champions, Xerox Aces, All-Star Team, and men's champions, Young Vets. Some of the players selected in the women's All-Star Team included Catherine Francis, Kaya Coffey, Corinne Prince, Shatis Charles, and Elizabeth Joseph, amongst others. The male All-Star Team player included Priestley Telemac, Stevie Etienne, David Toussaint, Ronald Bruno, Kyran George, Johnny Serafin, Okima Bedminster, and others. The Dominica Amateur Volleyball Association has requested that the public make a special effort to attend and thank all those deserving. We now go to a report from Norris Prevost.
As Dominica approaches its 35th anniversary, the United Workers' Party will be creating history this Sunday as we hold our 25th annual Delegates Conference at Casa Bruce. At this conference, United Workers' Party delegates will be electing a new political leader along with other offices for the party. Mr. Lennox Linton has been nominated as the candidate for leadership of the United Workers' Party, and this took place at the Nominations Committee meeting, which was held on August 16th, where Mr. Lennox's name was presented along with the names of Mr. Isidore and Mr. Claudius Sanford, and overwhelmingly the Nominations Committee voted for Mr. Lennox Linton.
This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights. Magistrate Bernard Paquette imposed a 5-year custodial sentence on the gentleman who robbed the gas station in Newtown. Do you think that his sentencing was fair?
Well, yeah, I think his sentencing was fair because, I mean, it's a while now we've been hearing about robberies taking place. So I think if we impose these kind of sentences, it would deter people from actually going forward and robbing other institutions and businesses around the island.
I think the judgment was a little too lean because hearing that the guy had a previous encounter with a robbery again of the same kind of a way, and he have a case in the court and he still go and do that, with me I'll give him 25 years. You have to teach people a lesson.
I honestly think they should have given more, because when there are others like us, like me, that work hard every day to make a dollar, he trying to make it the easy way. It have too much work to be done in the island for him to go and do that. He can be innovative, try something, open a market for yourself, do something different instead of going and steal from hard-working people.
Have you ever wanted to order on the internet but don't own a credit card, or you're just fed up of the high prices of items locally? Well, the solution is Chemex Online Services. Chemex Online Services. Order a wide variety of items and get your items in as quick as 5 to 10 days. For placing orders or for more information, call 614-9550. The sky's the limit with Chemex Online Services.